Hello everybody, it's Verda here, and today we're going to be benchmarking Valorant using the RTX 3060 Ti with the Ryzen 7 7800X 3D with 32GB of DDR5 1600MHz RAM. I have Valorant installed on an SSD, and I've got the latest Nvidia drivers. And yeah, I haven't played Valorant in a hot minute, quite a few months actually, so I'm probably going to be pretty bad, but let's jump on in and see what this is like. Now, if you can hear a fan in the background, I do apologize. It's 20 degrees here, like almost 70 Fahrenheit, and I've got two PCs on in this room, and I am sweating really bad. I know you didn't need to know that, but if you can hear something weird, it's because I've got that fan on there, and it's way too hot right now, honestly. So to start with, we're going to be playing at 1080p. I'm using the highest settings in the game. One nitpick that I've got with this game's menu is this right here, the AA. For some reason, it goes non-MSAA, MSAA 4 times, and then FXAA, when it should be non, then FXAA, because I guarantee you there's some players out there that don't know that MSAA is more demanding than FXAA, and they're picking this thinking they're getting the highest setting when they're not. So maximum settings 1080p. Let's jump in. So the game mode that I'm going to be playing is team deathmatch. I'm not going into a normal game. I don't have all day to play Valorant, unfortunately, and I really don't like the game, so I'm not going to be playing a normal game. We're just going to be going to team deathmatch, and this game mode should theoretically be more intensive than the regular competitive game mode because there's just simply more kills and more things going on, right? There's less downtime, just more going on. So yep, we're going to go in here. I know some of you are not going to like that, but I'm not going to slug through an entire match of Valorant when I don't like the game, guys. Yeah. It would appear somebody is playing on a hard drive because we've been sat here loading for a solid 2 minutes at least. For the love of God, please don't install Valorant on a hard drive. Please buy an SSD. They're not that much money, guys, please. They literally cost about the same price as a hard drive if you're going to get a terabyte version or 2 terabytes. My God. Still loading in. It's been about 4 minutes. Jesus. Oh my God, we're finally in. I was literally on my phone. I swear that took like nearly 5 minutes. Definitely someone's on a hard drive here. But look at that FPS. Oh my God. Yes, we haven't actually started yet, so we're actually at about 500 frames. There's somebody. What was that? That was like some try hard. Okay. Easy kills, am I right, guys? We got another one. That's 3 kills. But our FPS here, we are CPU bound. I'm sure most of you are here for the CPU benchmark, not necessarily for the GPU, because I'm sure any of you that play this game a decent amount know that this game is pretty much all about the CPU. It doesn't really matter what kind of a GPU you play this with. I actually played this with the 10-year-old... I played this with the 10-year-old i7-4790K integrated graphics when my GPU broke a year or two ago. I played like that for a little bit. I was not getting good FPS, but I was getting playable FPS. So yeah, about on average here, about 530 FPS. Heavily, well, I say heavily CPU bound, but in all honesty, I mean, does it really matter? And as for RAM usage, we're only at 12 gigs RAM usage right here, so... Ow. You are going to need 16 gigs by the looks of it to have like a stable experience here. Not 8 gigs is probably not going to do very well. Oh yeah, I've got a heal ability, haven't I? I completely forgot about that. I don't know how to spray in this game, guys. Don't mind me. 1% lows are still really high. We're at 200 FPS. And as for my CPU usage, we're about 30-35%. Oh my God, I was looking away. Not a good idea. What? Oh yeah, I can't switch guns. I've only got the one, right? That is a thing. Oh man, we are slaying it in here, guys. Oh, come on. All right, I think that's going to do for 1080p. Let's switch it up to 1440. All right, so now we're at 1440p. We are still using the maximum settings in the game. Let's see what this is like. Oh my God, it's a burst fire gun? Oh my God. So yeah, jumping up to 1440p, it looks like our VRAM usage has increased from 3.6 or 3.3 gigs to 3.6 gigs, 3.7 right here, but it's still totally fine. We are still CPU bound here, but our FPS has decreased, which does mean we're going to test the lower graphic settings, because there are some settings in here that are affecting CPU usage for sure. Oh God, how does this gun work? It's fully automatic when you aim out, but it's burst fire when you aim in. I mean, that caught me completely by surprise. Oh my God, decrease from about... It's only decreased FPS by about 40. But we're still CPU bound. But yeah, let's try 4K. because why not? All right, so now we're at 4K resolution. We are using the highest settings still in the game. Let's see what the performance is like here. And we are actually GPU bound now at 4K. Now, when I play at 4K, it does switch my monitor to 60 hertz. So this is not going to feel too good for me, but we are completely GPU bound, and we're about 290 FPS on average so far. VRAM usage has jumped up quite a considerable amount. It went from 3.6 gigs at 1440p or 3.7 gigs all the way up to 4.7 gigs. So VRAM usage jumped up by a whole gig there, which is still totally fine. I am running and gunning, but it is what it is. It's fine to run and gun, I think, when you're not really playing or paying attention. Oh, I don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do, good sir. I'll take an AWP. 1% lows, still really high. We're at 190 FPS on the 1% lows here. So, still really respectable. Let me give you a quick heal there, my guy. Oh, camping corners, are we? But yeah, even for 4K, a 3060 Ti is totally fine, guys. You do need a very powerful CPU, though, to push this FPS. You do need a very good CPU. I can hear you. Oh, this guy. This mother... Just kidding, guys. Let's keep it PG.
Get out of my way.
Don't know why I did that, but I've done that. Come on, we can do this, guys. I'm top at leaderboard on my team. What the hell? How has this happened? I'm literally not even paying attention. How? I mean, we lost anyways, but yeah, 4K resolution, average of 300 FPS there, and 1% lows of 170. And Valorant being Valorant, there's a lot of trash talk going on. But all of those felt really smooth. There was nothing wrong with any of them. I'm going to apply low settings and then I'll restart the game to make sure it applies. I don't know if you need to restart the game for Valorant to apply low settings, but I'm going to do it anyways. All right, so I've just restarted the game. Let's take a look at our settings here. So, as you can see, we're back at 1080p, and all the settings are on the lowest now. Team deathmatch, and hopefully this time one of the people or multiple people in there do not have hard drives, because yeah, that took like 4 or 5 minutes to load in last time. So here at the lowest settings, 1080p, of course, our GPU usage has dropped, and we're seeing very similar FPS to Ultra. Which you might be like, well, obviously you were CPU bound still, like you weren't utilizing all of your GPU at maximum settings 1080p, which is true. But my averages were higher when I wasn't fighting, but as soon as we started getting into fights again, my averages have gone pretty much to identical as to what they were at maximum. It's actually, my average FPS this match is down by 20 FPS roughly than last time. So yeah, it's very weird. So it looks like we're going to see similar FPS. VRAM usage has dropped. We're underneath 3 gigs, but that's not really important here. But yeah, for 1080p, there's no real reason to play it lowest. You can just play it maximum. So let's go back to 1440. All right, so now we're at 1440p. Still at lowest settings, of course. Let's see what it's like. All right, so at 1440p, lowest settings, we're seeing averages of around 480 FPS. 1% lows at 250, mid 250s. So more than playable here for Valorant. Obviously, we are very heavily CPU bound here. So if you're going to take anything away from this, it's do not buy a very good GPU for Valorant. You just need a very, very powerful CPU. In terms of RAM usage, we're not even at 13 gigs, so yeah. And for VRAM, we're only touching 3.1 gigs here. I've been literally playing this match for like 5 minutes or something. I'm not sure exactly. And so the average FPS is very, very accurate, unlike my aim. Jesus Christ. Let's throw on 4K and let's see how that does. All right, and now we're at 4K resolution, lowest settings. Let's see what this is going to perform like. And it looks like here at 4K, with lowest settings, we're actually still going to be CPU bound. We're not GPU bound this time at 4K, and this is quite a big jump up in FPS for 4K. We're now seeing like 470, 450 average FPS, and 1% lows is what our 4K resolution maximum settings was on average, basically. So yeah, at 4K, it's more than playable here. I'm just dying constantly, my god, and we're still CPU bound, 465 FPS. Kind of insane, in all honesty. Well, what a lucky headshot that was. VRAM usage also has not gone up that much. We're only at 3.5 gigs here. So if you wanted to play 4K Valorant and you didn't want to splash out on a good GPU, you can do it here with a 3060 Ti. completely fine. You can probably do it with a 3060, to be honest. If you're going to use low settings, it's kind of insane. Like, you really don't need a very good GPU at all to play Valorant, it would seem. But that's going to do it for today in this benchmark with Valorant. Hopefully you found some value in this. If you did, leave the video a like. If you haven't already, subscribe. And until next time, guys, take care of yourselves and goodbye.